So looking at this problem, it says find the equation for the ellipse. So notice here with this picture that from the center, if I go from the longest distance from the center to the edge, it's there. And the shortest distance from the center to the edge is here. So this we can see is, remember I'm starting at -1 down here, and if I go up to 1, that distance is going to be a distance of 2. And then if I go from 1 here, or -1 I should say, and I go in this direction, I'm going to go to 0. So that tells me that's also, that's not also, but that is a distance of 1. So my longest distance from the center to the edge is going to be 2. And notice that's going in the y direction. So what I'm going to write right away is x squared over 1 squared, because remember x is my shortest distance. Oops, not equals, but plus y squared over 2 squared equals 1. Now we have something else going on here too. These here aren't really just going to be an x squared and a y squared. Because notice what's different here is my center isn't at the origin. My center seemed to move over 1 to the left and down 1. Okay, so we're going to have to take that into account for this problem as well. So I had to clean it off for this so we can get started with this other idea now. So now think about this. If I'm going to do a shift in the x direction, I'm going to go to the left 1. So that tells me this is going to be an x plus 1. Because what makes that 0 there? A -1 does. And going to the left is going to be a -1. So that's going to be a -1, or an x plus 1 squared, excuse me. Okay, and that's going to be over 1, because 1 squared is 1 plus. And then the y squared then is I'm actually going down 1, so that's a -1 direction in the y as well. So that's going to be a y plus 1, because that's what makes that 0. And that's going to be over 4 equals 1. Now I can clean this up just a little bit more, and then this will be done. So this is going to be an x plus 1 squared plus y, I was going to say y squared, but y plus 1 squared over 4 equals 1. So there's our equation. So we just have to keep in mind here that if I'm not at the origin, I just have to account for it in the x squared and y squared component. So it doesn't really add anything more complicated or anything we haven't seen before. So that's kind of what's nice about this problem. So my final problem is right here, or the answer to my problem is here.